Okay, here we are back at the Raleigh dump again. So hopefully we'll find more than just one soda this time. Okay, today we're looking for glass treasure in the big city of Raleigh. And I'm surprised to see this sticking out. A 7-Up bottle. And of course it's from Raleigh. But as you can see, some of the paint is missing already. Well, that's pretty good shape overall, considering it's been in the ground since about 1948, I'd say. But we're really here for 1908. It's down a few more feet. Okay, we got another late 30s kind of bottle. This reminds me of me digging 30 years ago. Used to dig a lot of this stuff from the late 30s, early 40s. We got a Horlicks malted milk lunch tablets. I don't know, it might be worth $4 to somebody. Okay, we've been here for over 2 hours and we haven't found any truly antique bottles yet. But I got it all cleared out. And the bottles are right here. Yeah, that's definitely 1907. Let's see if I can find a whole one. Yep, definitely into the layer there. And you can see still a readable label on that pre-1909 whiskey. Okay, we got a pharmacy. Select on that side and select on that side. Of course. But we'll find an embossed one sooner or later. Okay, something's down there. It's amber, but it's broken. It's the most famous medicine from the city that we're digging in. Unfortunately, they don't actually say Raleigh on them, but everybody knows that's where they're from. Alright, let's see what else we can find. A broken embossed flask. What name is that? Okay, what is this? Another, what they call the free sample size of the Hexcapudine. Feel some stuff down there. Okay, it isn't the Raleigh Dispensary, so that's good because it's broken. Another broken flask. Okay, what do we got? Something showing up. It's just going to be one of those super common horseradish, I believe. Yeah, plenty of those. But it is an aqua one, so it's a little bit interesting. chunk of lead. Is that a newspaper printing plate? I think so. Too bad it's not an advertising one, it's just got a story on it. Alright, we got another Hicks-Capudine headache cure. Looks like a soda bottle that's broken in half. Okay, we got something that looks like a medicine, but it's actually ink. Interesting, has some kind of liquid in it. And it actually is a weird color. It's got some weird Mountain Dew colored stuff in there. Is that watered down ink? You know, black ink wasn't the only color that was available. They actually did have green and red, and this is really making me wonder what's really in there. Okay, I found 5 more without filming them. They're slicks, well, slick beer, and a slick extract, slick pharmacy, another slick pharmacy. Of course, this one is embossed. Probably Hoyt's cologne, but can't quite read it right now. Okay, we got something coming out here. Is that champagne? Yep. The only bottle that still looks the same. But why does it have a stopper in it like that? It's a really big one, and I don't believe I've ever found one that had a porcelain stopper in it. It's very interesting. Just found this little teacup. Looks to be in good shape too. No chips or cracks that I can see. But what is the meaning of such a small size? It's too big for a doll and too small for a person. Okay, we got something. Looks like there's embossing right there. So, is that going to be a beer? Sure looks like a beer to me, but it's... What'll it be? Okay, I thought so. It's just a Hoster. Maybe the most common embossed beer in the entire country. But at least it's blown in the mold. Somebody might give me $4.50 for it. Okay, I think I found another printing plate. But this one is definitely an advertising one of some sort. It's too dirty to see anything. Can you see anything at all on there? It's made of metal, but I don't see any printing on there as of yet. Okay, I just found this little, I don't know if it's a free sample, but it's a glycothylamine. I forget exactly what it is, but it's something to do with dental. Okay, we got our drugstore coming out, and it's a slicky, but it looks to be half full still. another. I think I may have just broke the lip on that one. I didn't see it, and can't really tell. Looks kind of stained actually. So hopefully I didn't just break it. Slick on that side. It's embossed on this side, so I gotta be careful. I'm thinking this one is also going to be embossed just because of the shape of it. Surprised it's slick, which is good in this case since it's broken. But this one is definitely embossed. It's the Bobbit and Wayne. It's got a beautiful rainbow finish on it. It's a nice 3-ouncer. So that's the only good bottle so far, and it isn't really that good either. It's worth maybe 17 at the most. I also somehow found 5 early whiskey, I guess they're lead, for the early whiskeys. You hardly ever find these, so for me to find 5 of them in one hole is really unusual. Well, we're pretty close to half done. I mean, most of the work is done, but there's still plenty of layer to dig over this way. So we might find another 18 or 20 bottles. And we got yet another drugstore coming out of that same pocket. Oh, it spilled on me. Yeah, it's a slick anyway. Alright, we got something way up under there. Can you tell what it is? It's another Horlicks, but this is an antique one. Could it be another lunch tablets of a different variety? Yeah, this one's definitely around 1910. Okay, we have something. What is that? Some kind of a chemical, I reckon. Got another thing up above it. Okay, it's just another slick chemical type. I can't believe it, I didn't even notice this was embossed. It is one of those rare ones that really is embossed. Mulford's pre-digested beef. Delicious. Now, it sounds kind of gross, but it is sparkling clean, and it's heavily embossed, so that's probably about an $8 bottle right there. There seems to be an extra deep pocket right in here for some reason, and look what I just found. What a crying shame. I don't even have a perfect half pint one of these yet. I've been here 50 times, so they're really not that rare, so I'm kind of confused as to why I haven't found any perfect ones yet. Well, I have in the pint size, but I'm certainly bringing this home with me anyway. My God, and literally 10 seconds later, I find the other type of dispensary. So I better be really careful and dig this pocket out really careful, because there seems to be a lot of dispensaries coming out. Kind of confused about why there's an extra deep layer right here. It's like somebody got down in this trench and decided to dig a little hole right here just so they could put their dispensaries in, because the rest of it is not going this deep. Okay, I just pulled out another drugstore. Alright, it's embossed. Another Bobbitt and Wayne, but this is the 4 ounce. So that's pretty nice, and that other one I washed off and it's sparkling. This one looks like it's going to be sparkling clean as well. And we have several more. Where did I see them? Yeah, there's the bottom of a drugstore. And then there's the top of some kind of a medicine right there. Okay, let's see if we can get that out of there. And another medicine right beside that. Yep, somebody definitely threw a lot of medicines in this one area. Alright. I don't even recognize that. Oh my god, it's something different. Script embossing. That's a gorgeous bottle right there. What is it anyway? Yeah, that's gonna put a smile on my face. Thomas, is it? Yeah, I don't have one of these. Yeah, it's gonna look good on my shelf. Let's see what that other bottle is. Broken glass. Okay, it is a patent medicine and it is embossed as well. It is the ultra rare Chamberlain's cough remedy, worth about $4.50. Yeah, I'm being facetious. It's really rather common. And it's still full, partially. And so is this one. This definitely, oh, that looks kind of watery. Okay, we got a third bottle in here now. Oh, the fourth one just showed up. But it's broken. Just a cod liver oil anyway. And another bottle showing up right here, and yet another one over here. Wow, that is one loaded layer of drugstores. Gotta love that view. Let's see, this one is fractured right there. It might be a fresh crack too, but then we got another bottle coming up right over there, but it looks to be broken. Slick. I can't tell on that side. Okay, what is this one? Yeah, it's another Chamberlain's. got that fracture in it, so it's probably only worth $2 now. Maybe $1, who knows. Okay, what do we got? It's broken, but no, it's slick anyway. We got an extract, and it's a slicky. Son of a bisque! Another one? What in the world? Yep, definitely a lot of them were thrown right here. And guess what else? Before that I found this one, which I'm almost positive is a quart. See how much extra glass there is on the sides, and then right next to it, look how big that is. That's definitely a quart flask right there. And of course plenty of broken tops. And we got one of these. Kind of interesting. This one came out of the oldest layer, and it has just 2 lines of embossing. Just says headache cure. How many variations to these are there anyway? That's like another one I don't think I've ever seen before. But then again, I don't really pay these much attention because they're fairly common in this area. Okay, we're in a sweet saloon spot. What else have we got? Gotta be careful. Got no gloves on and tons of broken glass right here. Well, it's a strap-sided flask, so probably the other side says some kind of dispensary name. This is a crazy layer right here. It's beyond the bottom of the normal layer, but yet it's a loaded layer of glass. And there's another broken Raleigh dispensary. Not good. I want some whole ones. With that many broken ones, there's got to be a whole one in here someplace. Is that going to be it? I don't even know if that's a flask or not. Big drugstore, slick as can be. There's just too many broken ones for there not to be at least one whole one. Whoa. I don't see very many aqua cylinder necks or whiskey cylinders at all. It's very rare around here. Might be the only one I've ever dug in 10 years of being here. Okay, we got one. It's broken, I'm sure. And it's a dispensary. Damn it. How many is that? 6 now? Oh my god, another one. Please let me have an intact one. These things seem to self-destruct for some reason. But there's just so many bottles in here, it's crazy. All whiskeys and medicines. What is that? It's probably an embossed whiskey of the Lowenstein variety. They're very commonly found at the same time as dispensaries. So gotta be more careful with it. Okay, it's got gotta be ready. Come on. Don't want to risk chipping the lid. Oh my god. It's got a weird pushed in. I don't know. I've never seen one with an indention like that, but this isn't what I was hoping for. But it is pretty interesting. That's a weird indention right there. Might be worth $10 or $12. Maybe 15 because it's so crude. Oh my god, I'm starting to lose track of how many are in here now. Is that the 8th one maybe? I don't know, but this is really disturbing to find so many broken $300 bottles. Well, they might only be 200 for some of them. Yep, it's another one. I think I'm gonna cry. No, I'm gonna find a few whole ones. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, we got a lot of these in here, but none of them whole. Okay, there's another one of those odd ones with 2 lines of writing. Looks to be, wow, chipped on the lip. Then we got another one. And another one. And that one seems to be mint condition. And we got another one over here. Broken. Piece at the bottom turned out to be a giant cobalt shard. Sure, somebody would want that for something. Chip out some cobalt blue arrowheads. And we got a Gump's Pure Rye shard. Okay, I think we need to get this junk cleared out of here so it can move around better. Okay, I think we got something here. See that? That's the base of what is hopefully an intact Dispensary flask. Great. I guess that's a no then. But we did find another broken shard of an embossed one. Okay, we got some kind of a medicine. Alright, something a little different. I like it. It's got a really early look to it. Looks like an 1870s kind of. Definitely 80s, if not. You don't see shoulders that squared off on anything. So, yeah, I like it. Even though it's just an extract bottle, it's a really good looking one. Okay, we got a bunch of broken dispensaries coming out still. And another one. But I just pulled this one out a second ago and I was like, whoa. That's a Selma It's very hard to find one from there, and that's probably a $900 bottle if it wasn't broken. Look at that. I just pulled out a broken quart. It's the most complete I've ever found. And it is a dispensary. Too bad. But that's about the 15th in Boston. And another of the rare type of dispensary with straight writing on it. And then we have Chamberlain's Colic, Cholera, and Diarrhea Remedy. Yet another one. Almost has all the embossing. Okay, now we're talking. It's almost intact. Ah, dang it. It's got irradiating cracks. And I was hoping I could just put a new neck right onto it, but still, it's probably worth something like $22 just like that. Okay, we got a squared off type of flask coming out. And what was probably a dispensary right there. Come on. Oh, it's broken. We're near the drag strip if you couldn't tell. Too bad. Good looking bottle there. Okay, we got something that looks like a big flask over here. Or is it a medicine? Or neither. It is a flask. Don't see too many of these coming out of here. Pretty good slicker. Okay, I just knocked one out of the wall there. What is it? Of course, California fig syrup. Several others. Broken, but it might be a quart dispensary, so I'm trying not to bust it any worse. No, that's the top for it right there, and it's something other than a whiskey. Okay, we got an amber flask. Is it an amber dispensary? Oh wait, those don't exist. Nope, it's just a slicky. Okay, we got something over here. Got a white thing over there, and then you know what it is? It's a bitters. It's the Atwood's Jaundice bitters. Super common, and it's got a crack in it. Oh well, I'll just put it on the $3 shelf then. Okay, some color just showed up. All that clear and amber is getting boring. So we have the ultra common Broma Seltzer. But it's beautiful anyway. Okay, we got a big flask showing up. think it's actually going to be a whole bottle. Yeah, we have another, where is it? We got another flask right on top of it that could be a dispensary. But I can't really dig it out and hold the camera, so I'll get back to you in a minute. Okay, is it going to be ready? That one on top was broken. Okay, this one's intact. And it is embossed. Norfolk. Come on. Bottles from Norfolk aren't worth anything. Well, it is a bigger size and it's nice and clean, so it might be worth $12. Okay, I see another flask showing up. And I'm pretty sure it's intact. A slicky. Why couldn't it have been one of the 33 slug-plated bottles that says Raleigh Dispensary? Yes, I found a lot more and I haven't filmed all of those coming out. I haven't got time to film that many of them. Okay, we found a whole slug plate this time. And yes, I'm bringing it home. Of course, I'm bringing all of them home unless it's just got a tiny fragment of embossing, then I'll leave it. Hey, shut up over there. And 1 minute later, another slug plate intact. Gotta love that embossing. I never get tired of looking at that. Okay, we have another bottle showing up. No, it's not a dispensary. Makes me wonder if they didn't order all those dispensaries to be destroyed. They might have been thrown away the day the dispensary shut down. And the boss said, hey, I want you to make sure you smash every one of them. It's a pretty crude looking bottle. Well, it's starting to get dark and I am finally finished. And I was just rubbing off this slick pharmacy that was sitting on the pile, only to find out it's really not a slick. Can't believe I didn't know that was embossed. It's a King Drug Company. And yes, this kind always has damage, and I didn't put it in the water. But hopefully it won't be cracked when I get back. And I found a few other things. Let's see. A miniature bromo. A miniature Dr. King's. But anyway, that was an interesting day. So many thousands of dollars worth of broken bottles. Few of the good kind. I'm sure we found at least $100 worth, right? I also found this bottle and didn't film it, and I was thinking it was a slick, and I just started rubbing it, and it turned out it's also embossed. What is this thing? Really, I've never seen one of these. Interesting. Yeah, that's not bad. Well, it's probably only worth $6, but since I've never seen one and it's very clean, so that's a pretty nice score. Okay, we're back home. Got all the good stuff cleaned up. And my favorite bottle of the day is this drugstore. I've never seen this one, and has a beautiful script on it. What's it worth? I don't know, between $50 and $100, I think. And this one, it's a nice clean example, but not exactly a rare one, but still might be worth $25. And this one, I was keeping it full because I don't know if I should, but that does actually look like it could be water, so but why does it still have the cork in it? There is clear medicine out there. I don't know, I'll have to think about whether to dump that out or not. But being a bigger size, I would say this one's worth $27. Then we have this Style of the King Drug Company. As you know, I found about 5 of these, and every single one of them had some kind of crack or 2 or 3 in them. But this one is actually the first perfect example of this particular style. Anyway, I think there's 5 or 6 different types of King Drug Companies. So I'm going to put about a $27 value on that one. Alright, let's have a look at this flask. It's really crude. It's a clean example too. It did develop a crack in it though. I don't know how these things happen. Yeah, that's a nice clean example. Still displays pretty nicely. And with that weird sunken in panel, it gives it a lot of character. So what to value it at? Kind of whittled even. Don't see flasks with whittle that are this shape. So even with the crack in the side of the neck, it doesn't detract too much from the displayability of it, so I think I'm going to still put about $14 on that. Okay, there's the closest to an intact one. If I'm really lucky, one of the mini tops I saved will match up with that and I can glue it. So I don't think it's crazy to save stuff like this, do you? I know somebody will give me at least $15 for it. Then we have a larger one in the pint size, but the slug plate is still the same size. It's very sparkling clean. They were buried in sand and it keeps the glass from getting stained somehow. So that would have been worth probably $275 if it was intact. Now as far as these are concerned, I don't know if they have any value. I have sold some shards. Like that's probably only worth $3. If I wanted to be like an archaeologist, I could have saved up every broken piece of glass in there and tried to glue them all together. But of course that'd be extremely difficult. There was probably 1,000 pieces of broken glass in that area where these were coming out of, so I do have 1 or 2 that I am going to try and glue together though. And of course I kept this one because it's a quart. The quart ones are so much more rare than the other 2 sizes. I don't know what this would have been worth. Quarts are generally $700 to $3,000 a piece. But since it's from Raleigh, it's going to be on the low end because that's one of the more common ones. I don't know what it is about these. It's almost like they self-destruct as soon as they're empty. At least 90% of all dispensaries are broken. Even South Carolina ones seem to be broken almost always. Somebody that's an artist might be able to take a bunch of these and figure out how to make something interesting with them. And here's one of the rare ones that has it written straight across. I don't know, they're about 10 times as rare for some reason. They There's such crisp embossing on these. So beautiful. If all these were whole, that would have been at least a $10,000 dig right there. How so, you ask? Well, they're an average of $333 a piece, so every 3 of these is $1,000, and there was about 30 of them. Yeah, it was kind of a dream dig and kind of a nightmare. So many incredible bottles, but all broken. Well, all the dispensaries are broken anyway. It sure would have been a dream come true to find all these intact. It's crazy how sometimes days and days will go by without me finding a single piece of one of these, and then suddenly 32 broken ones. I'm pretty sure the dispensary must have dumped in that particular spot. It's just about a 3-foot square that they were in, and only a 6-inch thick layer of them. Okay, now this unique patent medicine. I don't know if it's really medicine. It could be a product bottle, some kind of a polish maybe. Maybe I should look it up. It's a very clean one. No damage at all. Only one I've ever found. So I'm just going to guess that it's worth $10. And we have this beautiful, but fairly common, I would imagine. It's nice pint size. So I think I'll put $12 on it. Then we got this beautiful sparkling bottle. I think I've found a couple of these over the years, but this one is certainly a very good example. Super clean. I guess I'll put about $12.50 on that one. And we got this extract. It's got a really interesting shoulder on it, being so squared off like that. I just don't think I've ever seen any bottle like it. But still, it's probably only worth $10. Then we have one of these. Pretty common bottle. But I haven't found very many since I moved to North Carolina, so it's weird how that is. I found probably a dozen of them out west. It's a good clean example once I clean that little bit of stain out, so I'm going to put about $9 on that one. It is the bigger size. And then we have a different Chamberlain's. This one's even more common. It's still got the original medicine in it. So even though it's kind of gross looking, and I don't know, but just because of the historic value, I'm going to leave it in there. Well, that reminds me of that one drugstore that had clear stuff in it. I did pour it out. It did have a weird smell to it, like some kind of medicine. Couldn't identify what type of medicine it would have been, but definitely wasn't water. So this one's probably worth, well, with the unique story behind it having the medicine still in it. After 110 years, I'm going to put a $10 value on that. That's interesting. This had kind of a yellow tint to it earlier. Now it's turning red. How in the world did that happen? Probably red ink that got diluted with some rainwater seeping in. Who knows? I don't know. I might empty that one out. But I'm going to put a value of $9 on it. Then we got the little bromo. And like so many bottles in this dump, it has the original cork still in it. I'll put a $4.50 value on it. And then we have the bigger size. Of course, it's blown in the mold. I'm going to put about $5 on this one. And here's one from my previous dig that I decided not to do a wrap-up of. Can you read it? It's a rather unique shape and embossed on both sides. I'm going to put about $15 on this one. And another Chamberlain's in a slightly smaller size. Nice clean example. I'm going to put $6 on that one. By the way, I'm just putting these prices on just with 2 seconds to think about it. So if you want to buy them, they're not always going to be exactly what I quoted. So anyway, here is a free sample size Hicks Capudine. And surprisingly on eBay these things sell for crazy prices like $15 each. I think I'm only going to value it at $5 since they're common in this area. And then we got this one with some patina. It's the weird 2-liner. I don't know. I don't pay that close attention to them, as you know. There's just so many of them coming out of the Raleigh dump. Then we got the Dr. King's New Discovery, which might be a free sample. And I'm thinking that liquid in there might be the original contents. Definitely is the original cork. It'd be nice to know if it's a clear type of medicine or not. But I think it's interesting. I'll just leave it that way. I'm going to put a value of $7 on that one. And I got 2 of these salad dressing bottles, but both of them have a flash crack in them. But turned sun purple, they'll still probably sell for $5. And then we got the little glycothylamine sample bottle. Don't see a lot of those, so I'm going to put a value of maybe $7.50 on that one. And to think that 7-Up bottle was on the top layer. Just goes to show, don't give up just because it's a modern hole up high. It can go way down to 1900 on the bottom. It's pretty surprising that all the paint's still on this one. Considering, well, does that one have a date? It has a 33 on it. It is not 1933. It's definitely closer to 43. And then all these pewter or lead caps. They're really pretty scarce. It'll really make your whiskeys look better if you have one of those early 1900s ones with the early screw top. So yeah, I'm going to put a value of about $3.33 a piece on those. Okay, this one, I tried very hard to glue it back together. It fits, but it just isn't holding on. I spent about 20 minutes working on it. I can't get it to stay. Okay, let's look at the rest of these shards. Now, this one was the surprise. A Selma Flask was in there. And as you know, that's where I live, and these are extremely hard to find. I've never been able to dig one yet, and this is the first broken one. So many pieces to try and glue back together. But the dispensary system of North Carolina is a very interesting part of our history. And surprisingly, Raleigh voted its dispensary out sometime in 1907. Which means a lot of people had to come from there all the way to Johnston County. Yes, and Johnston County actually had 6 dispensaries for a while, and they voted them all out except for one. They kept the one in the town of Pine Level, of all places. But that one only lasted 6 months. I mean, it was there years before, but they brought it back in 1907 and a half or 1908. And after 5.5 or 6 months, they said, nope, we got to get rid of it. There were a number of deaths attributed to the fact that there was a dispensary there in Pine Level. 3 or 4 in just 6 months. So whenever people hear about dispensary flasks from Pine Level, they think, oh man, those gotta be super rare. And they are, but they shouldn't be. It supplied a whole 40-mile radius in all directions. And even Goldsboro people had to come to Pine Level to get their whiskey because that was a dry area as well. And another interesting note is there was a dispensary in the town of Micro, but it was forced out because they passed a new law saying nope, nobody in a town of under 250 people is allowed to have a dispensary. And this little teacup cleaned up rather nice. No damage to that. Still don't know why it's so small. For a really big doll or for a very small child. And we got the little Hoyts. A nice little perfume. At least it's a lot cleaner than most I've dug. So it's probably worth about $6. Well, that's most of it. Here's a California fig syrup with some of the original contents. So how many dollars worth of stuff did I find today? I don't know, those 4 drugstores are probably worth around $150 altogether. Then all these broken whiskeys. That's really hard to price those things, but I'm going to say we had a $300 day altogether. So I'm thinking the dispensary dumped right there when it went out in the middle of 1907. This is an interesting piece as well. This one obviously broke when it was still full because it still has its lead seal over a glass stopper. Yeah, that's kind of unusual. That's the first I've seen. So I thought I'd save it like that. I got enough stoppers that are loose already that I can sell. Well, that would have been crazy if all these were intact. There's at least 40 broken slug plate pieces here. And here. Such a shame. But this is the second time this has happened. The last time it was in Lewisburg, and I found a total of about 75 broken ones there. But that was out of 2 digs. So realistically, that was like a $12,000 dig if all those were intact. Well, maybe next time I'll find an intact one. So until next week.